Hey everyone, welcome back to the shop. Gorilla Guitar Repair here, and let's see what we have. Some people know what this is. Some people have seen it before. If you watched the latest video, you saw a little preview of this. If not, ready? Ta-da! This is a 1981 Gibson Victory, I'm not sure, it's a Victory MX something or other, I don't know. It's a Victory. Well, not quite yet. We'll try to make it a Victory. But check out that, huh? Look at that layer of dust. This is another one of those pieces that came from the closed up music store. It's been just basically sitting on a shelf. Look at that rust. But anyway, it was missing the bridge. We think we found the bridge, and we are going to re-bridgeify this here Victory. Set it up, clean it up, polish it up, do all the things. You guys stay tuned, because this is going to be a fun video. See ya! All right, let's get this thing over to the bench. Ready? Wow, jeez. That thing is a tank. That's got to be way heavier than a Les Paul. Maybe not a 70s Les Paul, but that thing's a beast. Hold on. I just happen to have a scale here. Let's see how much this thing actually does weigh. All right, we got it on Freedom Units. All right, cool. So what do you guys think? What do you think? Ready? So let's go right around 9.9 pounds to something ounces. So that's pretty beastly. It's not quite 70s Les Paul's weight, but it's right up there. Let's put this over here. Go check out this. I was working on this really sweet Taylor the other day. Anyway, stay. That was warranty destruction. So we replaced the neck, and that's what you got to do when you get warranty replacement. Oh wait, we forgot to turn on vintage lumens generator with custom red subscribe button. Nailed it. You guys do the same. I really appreciate it. We got over 7,000 people in here. We're gonna have to start giving stuff away. Oh boy, sticky. Let's see if anything works. And obviously no strings. Turn this on, that off. Let's see, we need something. Uh-oh. This is not a good sign. We got, yep, okay. Well, okay, let's go in. Ready? Hey, trigger warning. For all the weenies that are gonna get it all excited about me using a power drill on a guitar. Oh no. Oh. Oh no. These screws gotta get replaced. These are way too rustified. Rusty crusty. Alright, what do we got here? Wow, look at that thing. That's a thick single coil. Is that, what do you think that is? That a dummy coil, or is it like a, yeah, it must be a dummy coil for hum canceling. And we have some Patno pickups. Patno sounds better. Ooh. And then let's see, orange drop cap. This could have been altered. Looks like that could have been soldered on. So I don't really know what's going on here. We'll have to investigate. Wow. All right. Oh, angle down. There we go. That looks factory. They like to use that clear heat shrink in this era. All right, let's just try cleaning things first. Try the easiest solutions first. How about that? So let's get some deoxification going. And this switch looks really gross. Look at all that tone crud. I don't know if anything will get in this. Probably not. This looks pretty sealed. Yeah, it's nothing's getting in there. I don't know what this does. Oh, that's, no, what? I don't know. Coil taps probably? Yeah, that's probably a coil. Yeah, because that's going to a ground. Yeah, that's got to be a coil tap. All right. Everything looks... Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Would you look at that? Here, swinging. Just look at that. Those are nearly Bluetooth. Let's fire up our soldering iron and check all the connections, because that's just a no good. Wonder if somebody just replaced that. Forgot this, because there's not even any solder on those two lugs. Let's spin that up out of the way. That could also be causing issues if it was touching other things. I don't think that's the output issue, because if that's just the coil tap, that wouldn't make really any difference. It'll either work or she don't. But we need to fix it. No, we're not up to temperature yet. What else is crappening in here? That looks solid. That looks solid. Might be in the jack. A lot of times people crank on the jack, break the wires off. That could be. But I'm going to take that off anyway, because I want to pull all this apart, buff it all out. Yeah, that's what we're doing. I might even be able to do it in a way that I don't have to desolder the ground, although that's a giant, look at that. That is a giant solder blob right there. It's not really what you want. It's not ideal, but I don't think it's hurting anything. All right, now we got a little temperature. Let's fix these. There, come on, there it is. There we go. That's much more better. I'm gonna redo this one just in case. Probably wasn't great. If those other two were in that shape, that one's probably not much better. Okay, now soldered connections usually work better when you put solder on them. I'll tell you, yep, good, okay. Okay, let's put that back down in here for now. Yeah, I'm gonna take this whole thing apart. Look at this gross pickguard. Swing out. There we go. Look at all this nasty. That's nasty. Not just the dirt, but it's like all scuffed. There we go. Look at all this. All scratched and scuffed. Here, ready? Oh, I can't get... Almost made a smiley face in the dirt. Well, let's see what's happened. Well, let's see if that did anything. Oh. Was it the switch? Might have been the switch. Let's hit that from this angle. Probably won't. Oh, see something weird. Well, that was bizarre. You guys see that? Oh, not really. But it was just what is problem? Let's put a little bit more deoxit on that switch. Maybe that was. I'm not going crazy, I don't think. It was just... Oh. Is it the switch? That's really weird. Something. What is the issue? Is there something grounding out that's just like barely making contact? All those connections look fine. Let's get that cap up out of the way. Looks like somebody did like a treble bleed. So that probably wasn't stock. I don't think they used orange drops in this. And that's definitely questionable. I might have to... See, it almost... Okay, now I bet if we wait... I've seen this before. somewhere there's some almost bad connection. Last time I saw it like this was in a pot. You get it to work, and you think it's working, clean it all out, and then as soon as that little bit of cleaner flashes off, it goes but not working again. So let's see, we'll clean these again. And they don't feel crusty. But this can be like a one of those, you know, chasing gremlins type of thing. Oh, let's move this back, move you guys back. There we go. I'm gonna pull this jack out. So it could be something bad on the jack, and it's just being intermittent. So we haven't looked at it yet. No idea what's happening in there, but we're gonna find out. Come on, out. That looks okay, but who knows? Oh, there's some crust in there. Wonder that probably didn't have anything to do with it. Okay. Alright, I wonder if there was something. Let's see. We'll leave it alone for a second. I think I'm going to change that jack just because I bet it was something to do with that jack, but we're going to desolder it. I'm going to pull the wire out that way. That. And let's see. Oh, wow. Oh, why is that? Why? Here, let's see what. Oh, sorry, terrible cameraman. I know. Oh, there it goes. That was really tight. Let me pull these out. We'll need a little bit of a leverage, I think. Where's my custom by Post-it stud puller? Okay, whoop, wrong way. These. There we go. That one's out. Come on, there it is. Out. No chips. This. You guys get to see. Oh, I don't need to. I want to pull that ground wire out. Are these nice and flush? Oh, those have finish over them. I don't know if I'm going to pull those out. I might just remove them. Yeah, we're not gonna take those out. I'll just desolder this here ground wire. It's already been out of there. I can tell by that giant solder blob. Somebody has been in there before. Okay, take that out, take that out. All right, off. Now let's swing out. There we go. Now if I'm terrible with the camera, at least you'll see something, right? Not sure if these were originally shielding painted inside, maybe? I don't know. Probably. Trying to get all that noise cancellation. Ooh, look at that. I don't think I gave you guys the flyover yet or anything, but look at that. That's kind of cool. Very quilty. Or flame quilt. Yeah, it's more of a flame, I think, right? Neat. Look at the neck here. Look at all that flamey flame quilt. Looks like it's a 3-piece neck. It's kind of neat. I like the headstock. Kind of dig this guitar. And look, oh, it's got the drop your guitar strap buttons. These are what I had in my Les Paul Custom, and I dropped it right onto an amp and it fell on the floor. Before I'd even bought it, I was showing it to a buddy of mine in the store, leaned over, and these stupid things, like, I don't know, one got turned or something, it just was like, blip, right out. Didn't break. Put a little teeny tiny dent on the edge of the fingerboard, but that's it. I was lucky. All right, let's take the truss rod and tuners off. We're gonna buffify this whole guitar. We're gonna need some more buff. Ooh, that looks like it. That looks like the fabric at 1.8 into it, and I don't think I'll be able to do much about that. Here, can you guys see that? Oh, there it is. You see that? I'll try, but it's right on that logo, and I do not want to buff through that logo. That lacquer's like one layer thick over that logo. And I'm pretty sure it'd be downright impossible to find a Gibson Victory water slide out there, so that might have to be permanent. Truss rod doesn't look like it's been touched in quite a while. Move. Oh yeah, we're good. All right, cool. These screwed in. Yep. Let's do that. Take all these off. What are these? Shayla? Who made that? I think. Probably they say Gibson, but that's not who made them. They're probably Shaler. Okay. Flip that back over. And where's my, there it is. Do this again, go NASCAR style. Oh. All right, look at that. Bet that really, I'm trying to get a picture of that just to really mess with people. There we are. You should never, ever, ever put a socket on, drill on a guitar. Always, come on. Why? Uh-oh. Those are in there. Okay, let's try to not lose all those washers. Here we are. There we go. Stuck. Off. Look at that. It's like embedded into the finish. I put this thing together when it's still wet. Okay. Now that's fully apart. Let's oops. Clean that. Don't want to buff dirt. Can avoid it. There we go. I was told by somebody yesterday that these were originally released for like country guys. I think they were trying to appeal to the wrong market. Ew, it's so dirty. Yeah, this is all fabric. That's the fabric of that case. Ugh, that's a shame. I might be able to buff this out, but yeah, look at that. Another. Look at that. That's nasty. We'll try. Get rid of all these. I can make a lot of these a lot better, but some of those are pretty deep. So let's see. Next, we'll clean the frets. I'm gonna time lapse that. It's gonna be boring. Plus, the shop's almost ready to open. I got a little late start this morning, so we'll polish the frets, oil the board, buff it out. We'll do all that in time lapse mode. Last video was really long. It took forever to edit, and it was a lefty guitar, so who cares? Try to trim this one down just a little bit. And I will say though, if you want me to work on your cool thing, give us a call. I shouldn't cover my name. Give us a call at The Music Techs in Manchester, New Hampshire, 603-625-6110. I'd love to work on your cool old thing, and I might even make a video about it. All right? End of shameless self-promotion. So, all right, let's go. We're going to take some steel wool. Look. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, all right, I'll put it over here. Calm down. It's okay. It's all right. We'll spray some WD-40 on this and, go to town on it, right? What do you think? You guys use WD-40? That'll start some comments. Anyway, on to time lapse. Thanks for watching. See you at the tone test. See ya. Wait. Not quite time lapse time. That's right. I forgot. So this came in with no strings on it and no bridge. It has the tailpiece, which I think is original. I don't really know. But this originally had a very, very specific tailpiece. And here, let's see if we can, here, check it out. Check it out. There, right there. You see it? It's kind of neat. Still got the manual. There it is. So these are the bridges that came with these things. Quite different than your average Gibson bridge. They had a plastic or nylon insert, or they had brass as an option. We didn't have either one of those, but a while back, me and Gorilla Guitar Wife stopped at a yard sale. A person that was selling a bunch of old parts and pieces. I think I've mentioned him before. The guy unfortunately passed away and his kids were selling off all the stuff. That's what happens. And I came across this. Look at that. This was in a bin. I think I paid, I don't know, $10 for the bin. It had a whole bunch of parts and stuff. And that was in there. These I've seen on eBay for up to, I think, $350, I think, which is insanity. So we are going to put this, here, let's take it out, tag off there, and here we go. And these were the oops bridges, because they couldn't get their studs in the right place and people were complaining about it, so they started putting these bridges on there that had 3 different adjustment points. So you had not only the saddle throw, but you could put your stud in any of those 3 holes. That's what she said. And 3 is better than 1. I think these are really cool. They're very clean looking and brass. You get the brass saddles on there. I don't like the plastic with the nylon ones. I don't think those do anything for sound or tones. But these look really clean. No holes in the top. I like them, but they're very rare. And even actually to find one in decent condition is like ultra rare. And I might have to. Wondering if that screw head is going to clear that saddle. Maybe that's why it was in a bin. I hope so. I hope that isn't in the way. But okay. Well, anyway, this is what's going to go on there. I wanted to explain that part of it. Should fit right in there. Yeah, it's going to be sweet. And all right, now, really, we're going to do some steel woolen, and we'll see you guys at the tone test. Really, this time. Maybe. I don't know. See ya. Fooled you again. I'm actually end up doing a little bit of a basic fret level. I see gouges in the frets. Like the strings got smacked into the board. Also, side note, these are super tiny little frets. These are like nearly banjo frets. Let's see. So 74, 75 wide, something like that. Whoop. Why'd that change to... That was weird. That thing reset itself. Huh. My batteries are dying. But yeah, we're going to do a fret level. Before we do the polishing, let's see how our radius is. Is it a 12? Would be a straight 12 this time? Yeah, it's actually... I mean, it's still not quite. Still not quite. Look at that, see? Let's try a 10. Yeah, again. And this, maybe that was the spec on this thing. Yeah, that's a 10-inch radius. Yep. That's 10. I wonder if it says in the manual. Let's take a look. Victory 2, that's... let's see. Next specs. Here we go. Let's see. 12-inch radius. Well, that is not correct. There it is. It's supposed to be a 12. But... Here, for the doubters, for the ones that here we go. Here's whoop. There, okay. Trying to get it so you guys can see. Look, there's your 12. And there is a gap. See? Gap at the edge. Let's go for a 10. Look at that. I mean, it's 10-inch radius. Let's grab my 10 block. Hold on. Both 10 and 12. Let's see what the 12 does. Yeah, see? Hitting mostly the middle. Let's see what the 10 does. Look at that. See? Hit the whole fret. Wasn't pressing down, wasn't forcing it. So there you go. For all those, guitar was a 12-inch radius for Gibson. No, it isn't. Although I will admit, generally it's usually flatter. Newer stuff anyway. It's always flatter. Let's do it like this for a second. Look at that. See? There's 100% a 10-inch radius. Don't need to do much. We're just basically truing up those gouged spots. So I'm not really even pressing down super hard on these. I said hard on. Hit it with a 12 just to flatten out the middles a little bit. It'll make bends better. All right, I think we're good. Again, they weren't unlevel. Just had some gouges, and might as well do it right. Okay. Now we're really going to go into time lapse. Ready, set, time. All right, this might turn out to be another multi-day video. This wasn't budging at all, so I'm gonna wet sand this. Normally I don't do that, but this is such a cool top. It really should be. That's just horrible. See, I'm gonna wet sand this out, and I may try it around the logo up on the headstock. I'm not gonna sand over the logo because that's just too dangerous. But this is like a big piece of real estate here, and I want to make that look as good as possible. Right? This is a cool guitar. We need to make it look good. Frets are all polished out though, nice and shiny. That old ebony polished up nice. So yeah, little wet sanding, but that's super boring. I might do just a little bit of a recording of that, but it's basically here. Want to see an example of wet sanding? There you go. That's all you really need to know about wet sanding. I'll start at like, I don't know, maybe 800 grit and work up to 2000-ish, and then put it back on the buffer. I might even take that opportunity to, yeah, it's got some of that crap here too. I might wet sand the back a little bit, but I'm not quite so worried about the back, even though it does. It's just a really cool piece of wood. So again, I don't know, maybe I'll do this as a part uno and part dos video. We'll see. Anyway, shop's about to open. I got some stuff to receive, so this might end up being a part 2. So if this is part 1, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for part 2, or maybe we'll just cut right into it. Anyway, see ya. All right, so I'm not going to do 2 separate videos. What we're going to do is just continue on. Another day has passed. I've done a little bit of wet sanding here. I think I've smoothed this. Words. I think I've smoothed this out enough to go right to the buffer. And we're also going to buff this out. I'm going to show you a little trick on how to buff dangerous pick guards. And a lot of you already know, but basically screw it to a board. This is good enough. This is the biggest piece of scrap that I wanted to put screw holes into. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll get some screws that sit, below the level of the plastic, and then it's less likely to chuck it out of your hands, which would be bad. You don't want to do that. I've done that many times. And I always go, why didn't I just take the time to screw it to a board? So that's what we're going to do. All right, we're going to need no trigger warning, because this isn't. It's only a drill working on a piece of wood and a piece of plastic. So hopefully all you people that freak out about the power drill won't freak out this time. Let's see. I need some small screws. Look at my giant screw bin. Look at this. You also have a giant screw bin. I'm just mismatched and whatever screws, because you'll need them sometime. That one will probably. Gibson holes are pretty small, aren't they? Good. All right, like that. And there we go. That's a little one. That'll do. One right there. That's that. And there's another flat. That'll do. And we'll put that one over here. It's just a piece of pine, so even on like super low torque, it puts them right in. No need for drilling. It's just a piece of scrap. All right, so let's take that, and you guys out to the buffing room, and we'll do some buffification. Let's clean up our mess before we get back, because then I'll have my hands full again. There'll be screws all over the place. Nice freshly buffed guitar. Set it on a piece of screw. That would not be good. That would irritate me. Okay, put that back here. Cool. And I think I already buffed that out. Yep, look at that. All nice and shiny. I also gently did a little bit of wet sanding up here in the only spots I dared to. I didn't really dare to go into that logo. I don't want to ruin it. That would also be bad. All right, let's go back to the big tool room. Our air conditioner is still broken, but it's nice out, so I got the fan on the back door. It's actually really pleasant in here right now. The air is as fresh as it can be in beautiful Manchester, New Hampshire. All right, I'm gonna hang this guitar up. Get you guys positioned correctly. Like that. Oh, maybe a little bit lower. A little lower. There we go. How about that? That good? You guys like that view? Maybe. All right, need some lumens there. Okay, all right, we're gonna time lapse this next part. It's gonna take a minute. All right, now that everything is thoroughly covered in buffer fuzz, let's go back out front. Back out front. And the top of this here vintage Gibson Victory guitar has come out very, very nice. Look at that. That's all that burn in from probably when they put it in the case, still wet way back when, is now gone. But did have a bit of a issue on the back. Now, I'm not sure if this was something that was there before I started or something maybe my rag picked up. I mean, my sponge, my sanding block. There we go. Those are the words I'm trying to find. But there's some scratches that are definitely should have been sanded out more than they, or maybe I just didn't sand enough yet. So we're going to hold off on the buffing on the back for right now because it's going to take some time to wet sand this some more and then buff it out. So we're going to put the guitar back together. We don't need this to be all buffed out, but I will buff it out. Look at it starting to come out nice. Look at that. Look at that wood. But I really don't like these. There's some of them won't come out. Some were definitely there, like these chips and dents and stuff. That buckle rash probably won't come out, but a little bit of wet sanding will get rid of this, as long as I don't screw it up and pick up another thing again. Yeah. Otherwise, oh, the headstock came out real nice. Look at that. Got rid of that burn mark there. Yeah, didn't ruin the logo. It's got some buffer slime still on there. We gotta get that off there, but I think we're just, oh, I forgot my pick guard out there. Here, oh, let's go grab it. Let's go grab it. You guys don't mind taking a walk around the shop again, right? And the screwing a board to it trick seems to have worked pretty well. There's a little spot down the bottom edge there that I might try. Yeah, no, maybe not. We'll see how it cleans up. I may have to hit this again. We're going to spray it with some polish and see what that does. And here we go. I probably shouldn't put the sandpaper right on it after freshly buffing it. That's probably a great idea, right? I'm covered in, here, hold on. I gotta blow myself off. So I'm gonna pause while I do a little maintenance here. All right, I was covered in this buffer fuzz stuff, so let's see what this does. I think I'm gonna have to do a little more on this. I just wanted to clean off all the actual, sometimes dirt gets like built up and you can't buff dirt. It'll just generate heat and won't come out good. Not so bad. A few little scuffs still left there, but that's much more. Look at that. I know I'm being picky, but there's some scuff still left there. And also I'm going to take these pickups back out there and we're going to just very gently buff the tops of these. You're going to ruin those pickups. Oh no. But I'm just going to pause. We'll be back. These will be clean. So ready, set, pause. All right. These are all nice and extra shiny. And don't worry, nothing happened to these old Patnos. So I'll clean up any little buffer slime. I didn't make them too clean, didn't polish the pole pieces too much. They still look like they're old. Don't worry. I know if they don't look like they're old, then they can't sound like they're old, and then you can't play any of the gigs you got planned. Gigs. Anyway, more napth on that one. Yeah, it works better to get rid of the buffer stuff. Off. This one was pretty nasty. There we go. Look at that. All nice and pretty. Look at all those. Look at all that tone waiting to be tone. Look at that. That's kind of cool. Here, we'll make this maybe a clickbait picture or something, huh? What do you guys think? It's a super pickup. The super bucker. Wasn't there like a mother bucker or something like that? Oh yeah, look at that. There we go. That would be all the tones. All of them. All right. Where's it? Oh. Okay, next. Sorry, got distracted there for a second. I get this thing off of there and reload it. Find some extra screws. I'm not gonna make you guys watch me, search for screws, but we got another bin of screws here because the ones that were in there were all just, some wouldn't even barely take a screwdriver head. So we're going to change out the old screws. Don't worry, I'll put them in the case. They can have their old tone screws. Wouldn't want to deprive the next owner of the old rusty screws. But we will pause for a second. I'll drink some more coffee. We'll find the right screws and we'll get this thing back together. All right, see you in a bit. All right, so we have found 9 matching screws and a new jack, because my suspicion was that that jack was what was causing the issues before. Let's move this back to the case for now. We have plenty of room here, and let's put this all back together. Try not to scratch things up. All right, this should go pretty much right back to where it was. Get our parts and pieces out. All right, there's all that. Probably should have sorted out tuners into a separate bag, but that's okay. Put those over there. They'll be going back on momentarily, like. Oops. Not that, there. Okay, so yeah, all these screws are gross. We're not reusing these. Don't care what you say. Definitely replacing all those. And again, I'll put them in a bag. I can have them. And a lot of these springs were too short, so we're also going to put some more spring-like things in there. Not this one. We don't need that one. All right. We're gonna need a screwdriver. And of course, the only 9 screws that I could find that were all the same were flatheads, so there'll be no boshing on this. Much to the delight of all the weenies out there. Definitely going to ruin this guitar by using a power drill on it. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see, trying to find something that's not too... Yeah, how about this one? This one, probably the one's already grabbed. All right, figure it out. Okay, this is pickguards. Getting these type of I'm gonna bump you guys if I don't move you guys, and that'll be bad. These type of pickups, although are much better designed to be able to adjust the angle of the dangle on them, are definitely more a pain in the you know what. Maybe we'll try this one at a time. Or I'll just clip those springs. They might be a little too tall. How about try these? These might be betterer. Yeah, let's try these shorter ones. Because this is definitely a pain to get both of those to stay. One is bad enough when you're trying to put it through a pickguard. But 3... and then try to not scratch up this nicely buffed out pickguard is definitely challenging. Oh, careful. Did I get it? Get it to start? I think I did. Maybe. Come on. Let's go. I might time lapse this part because this is going to be long and boring. Yeah. Oh, that one trying to go sideways. Not cool, bro. Okay. Yeah. Come on. What is problem? Is this thing... of course. I think I remember one of these came out hard. That was probably that one. All right, we're in. That's... oh, man. That is sideways. It's not good. Is that gonna work? Yeah, we're good. I think I might have accidentally bent the tab there when I was trying to hold it. Why is this stuck in my bench now? Oh, that's a cut one. I don't want that. That one will do. Okay, yeah, this is boring. Ready, set, time. All right, that took me just about a full 10 minutes to get all those things back in there. What a pain in the fender. See what I did there? All right, let's clean up on my current layer of fingerprints. I think everything works still. Don't ever want to have to take those out again, but just saying that will probably guarantee that I will. I still say this is the best, not necessarily pickguard, but a 3-hole system, giggity, is always the best for lining up, unless it's going to be perfectly flat. But even then, sometimes they don't sit right. You want to angle them. Strings, you want it perfectly perpendicular to them, parallel to them. What's the right word? I don't know. I fix guitars. I didn't graduate school. Well, high school. All right. These on there. All right, I was smart enough to start up the soldering iron right away, so get that in there. I can have that in. All right, in, and then this. Oop, how am I going to do this? Which way does this want to be? Probably. Where did this come from? The other side of that? Yeah, I think. I don't remember. Well, that's been definitely soldered on in the not so distant past, so we're just going to stick that right there. And I'm going to give those another hosing down. Hopefully it's the jack that was causing the issues before and not the switch, but if it's a switch, or if it's not the jack, we'll try the switch next, because it doesn't seem like it's a pot. There we go. Yeah. Okay, stick that back in there. Now, all right, we're gonna have to bring all those up. This thing fit right? Yep. All right, let's take all these up. Maybe we can use Bosch, so it'll take forever. Don't worry, I'll be careful. Hey, trigger warning. Okay. Be very careful. Ah, that's the stuck one. Oh, there we go. Straightened out. Good. This one. Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be too far. That's not correct. Okay. And the trick is if you put your finger right next to it, I'm not even kidding, you'll keep it from slipping off. Here, watch this. See, check it out. Go down lower view. There we go. There, that's a good angle. So that's why I keep my finger right there. It just... come out. See that? All right. Ooh, let's blow out all that buffer crap from in there. Hey, watch this. Okay. Oh, I forgot to deoxidify all that crap. Now that we know it's going to fit, do this one more time. Give these pots a bath. And that one, it's going to face the other way, of course. Pro tip. Take some gentle heat and bend your tip a little bit. Makes it so much easier to get in spots like that. There. Okay. Everything looks, nothing's pinched. All right. Boy, that looks so much nicer, so much shinier. Let's put a couple pickguard screws in there. We're also going to replace the pickguard screws. They're old and gross. I'm going to get some official Gibson pickguard screws, so hold on. All right, we got some Gibson-sized pickguard screws. I'm only going to put a couple in right now just to hold this from falling over and falling out when I flip this guitar over. There's one, and we'll stick another one over here just so it doesn't want to open up. Because the one way to guarantee that you have to pull a pickguard back off with 1,000 screws in it is if you put all those screws in before you test everything. Grab that. Why is that? See? See what I mean? What is the problem? Why is that now too short? Did I get that wrapped? I probably wrapped it around something. No? Oh, it's that stupid heat shrink stuff they had on that. That's this problem. Okay. There we go. See what I mean? Why is... oh, that thing's trying to get in the way. There we go. Up. Put this here. Okay. Put that back there. That's that one. We're a little more confident this time, so let's put one here too, just so nothing wants to lift up. And one over here. Okay. Now we can put a new jack on there. This is from the Switchcraft. There we go. Okay. All right, let's swing in there a little bit. How about that? First, we'll take and get rid of this one. This piece may not be original. Usually Gibsons were plastic, but I don't know. I didn't change it. That, that. Okay, get that all tightened up like good and tight. There we go. And let's see here. This is how I usually do this. Do I want to put a little heat shrink in there? Yeah, I think I do. Hold on. Pause. All right, we got a little piece of heat shrink, and we'll stick that up in there. Get it out of the way for a minute. And now, all right, that's the hot side. So we'll do this. Well, you guys aren't really seeing what's happening here, so let's move around like there you go. Now you got the front row view. That's how I do it. And if you want to make it even fancier, here, watch this. This will definitely make all the weenies just go, ooh. Take another piece of heat shrink. Guess I should have done this first. There. We'll take this back out. I know. That over like that. Another one. Yeah, watch this. This will be... Oh, I know you guys can't really see much. My hands, big stupid gorilla hands are in the way. There we go. Okay. Now, take a little bit of our little solder. That looks good. Yeah. This piece of right there. Go. Now a little bit of fire. Yeah, like that. There we go. Nice. Now put this over here. I'm going to bend this in just a little bit. Bend this also. Bend. There we go. That one can go right like that. little more soldering. There. Let me hit that a little bit better. There. We're good. We good? Oh yeah, we're good. Now we pull that piece of heat shrink back down, like that. Go that right around there. Like that, and more fire. Try not to light the guitar on fire. There. That's how you do it. Hopefully there'll be no more issues of signal loss and all that nonsense. Okay. All right, let's put this here, back you guys out. Put you back up in the air. Ooh. Oh, there's a fabric burn there too. I'll try to clean that up a little bit too. Oh well. Nobody's gonna see that side, right? Let's see, and where do these... I think that'll be good. Which way is this thing bent? Oh, it's bent that way. All right. So, no. There we are. That's the way. And I think they just use, yeah, they just use pickguard screws for these. So we'll do the same thing. I need some more Bosch. Come on. There we go. Okay. Stand up. There's that. There. Nice. Let's make sure. Let's see if we have... There it is, moment of truth. Let's see if we got signals. Oh, uh-oh. Dang it. But there's a problem. What did that do? See, I knew this would happen. I don't think I wear that jack back. Boy, that'd be funny. I knew it. What happens when you put... No, that's ground. That's hot. I did not. Okay. Thought that would be a... That would have been really, really dumb of me, but I've done it before. So, always check your most likely scenario first. Oh, we're going to have to replace that one with a longer screw. That one doesn't like it. Did they do longer ones? Maybe they did. Maybe they did. Here, we'll grab this one. This will be all right. Are there any longer ones? Yeah, we'll try these. These look a little better. Any more? I don't see any more longer ones. Yeah. All right, now, see? Good thing I didn't put all those screws in. Probably ruined those pickups from buffing them, right? Ruined. Completely ruined. What did why? What did we do? Something probably just got pulled and touching a hot somewhere. All right, now let's see what. something's... Well, maybe that issue that I thought was that bad jack was not that bad jack. Huh. That is going on here. Oh, is something touching that? Maybe something's touching. Ah, why is wire so short? Is that what's doing it? Is there something contacting that tone cap? Doesn't appear to be. Oh. I see the problem. Dum, da-dum, dum. The ground came off. What was that? Oh, yeah, because these chunky... Look at this. That was not mine. Look at that. That was not mine. Okay. That was problem. I'll pull this. There we go. All right. Although I did run that ground wire to the wrong spot. We're going to move that. That's not a smart place to put that. That was dumb. Okay. Put this back over here. I think that's where they had it before. And now, hey. It's good if you connect all your grounds. There. Oh. Come on. Stick. There. There we go. Now. Now I bet it's going to work. What do you guys think? Now what? Does that not want to be on that? No? What's the problem? Okay. Get in there. Behave yourself. Okay. It's going to work this time. 100%. Come here. There. It's gonna work. That's fine. Okay. I think we got her. Put the rest of these pickguard screws in. Get all the rest of the parts and pieces back on it. Oh, and we'll use that really fancy bridge that I found in a yard sale bin. Oh, I didn't say trigger warning on this one. Sorry, guys. Screws. All right, is that all of them? All 700 of them? All right, let's get our studs back in there. What does that one not want to just push in? bit of hammer action. Okay. Those are stiff too. I shouldn't have put those in yet before I cleaned it, but that's okay. I'll just take these out for now. I'm going to wipe this down one more time. Okay. Let's put some more Bosch on this. Where's my polish? Right in front of you. I've definitely added some bonus scratches back to this pickguard, so it looks totally authentic now. Oh yeah, this thing looks so much better though. I would definitely play this guitar. You don't see a lot of them at all. Now let's get you guys over to the other side. Okay, clean this up and put the tuners back on it. Yeah, I didn't dare to really hit that any heavier. I don't want to cause any damage up here. Look how flexible that headstock is. That just... surprised it hasn't been removed already. Okay, tuners. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. These on. And again, I do want to thank everyone for watching and subscribing, doing all things, commenting, even the silly comments. I enjoy those too. It's always fun when I'm right and you're wrong, which is, you know, most of the time. I thought I was wrong once. It turns out I was only mistaken. They should, have they re-released these? They should re-release these guitars. That would be kind of cool. Get the right. This thing's got so much of an angle on it. I wonder what that angle is. Oh, yeah, spot. I can try to get that next when I go back out and buff everything off camera, because buffing is pretty boring. Oh, come on. Stay. Oh, boo. You're gonna ruin that guitar with that drill. No, I'm not. I'd be willing to bet this drill has damaged fewer guitars than the people that comment that it's going to damage a guitar. I would put money on that. But yeah, thanks for subscribing, everyone. I haven't checked this morning, but we were right around 7,100 people, something like that, last time I looked. We gotta get those numbers up. I keep threatening to do a giveaway at 10 G's. I just haven't spoken to Dario about it yet, because, you know, busy doing this stuff for you guys. All right. NASCAR style. That was awesome. Buenos dias.